Hi, Recovery Girls. It's Chenille, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about a recovery concept that you probably won't read about or find as a slogan, because actually, it's a recovery principle that I kind of created on my own from my experience. And the concept is borrowing the faith of another person in recovery. And it seems so simple, but for some of us who have grown up with the unhealthy, maybe abusive, neglectful, distant, or cold, or punishing, cruel God, it's hard for us to grasp the concept of a God that we could trust to turn our will and our life over to the care of. And I had a very good friend. We were in similar situations as it related to leaving our marriages due to our addicted partner's unwillingness to get help and the toxicity that caused for us. So we both were leaving our marriages, and she was working at the time, but some things were a little bit iffy with the job, and she was trying to figure out housing and buying a home. And at the time, I was still a full-time at-home mom, not really ready to leave because partly I didn't know if I would be able to take care of myself. But over weeks, I saw how my dear friend, how God was showing up in her life and how her job situation was being resolved. And then she ended up getting housing, and then she ended up buying a home. And as I saw God at work in her life, I thought, well, if God is doing that for her, maybe he would do that for me. And then eventually my faith started to get stronger, and I thought, well, if God did that for her, he will absolutely do that for me. And it started with baby steps, because I didn't believe that God would be good to me in that way, or that he would provide. But when I saw him at work in my friend's life, I was able to internalize the goodness of God. And all of it happened when I borrowed some of her faith. She believed that God would do it, so I started believing that God would do it. And you might find yourself in a difficult situation today. Things might be trying. You don't know if things will change, when they will change, when you will change, when recovery will start to feel like it's kicking in. But maybe you just need to borrow the faith of someone you've heard in a meeting. Maybe you need to borrow the faith of one of us recovery girls. Maybe you need to borrow the faith of something that you read in a book, if you have spiritual readings or recovery readings. Even if you borrow the faith of someone else's, it can grow to be your own faith, so that you can truly trust in a caring and loving God who always has and always will only want your best. Sometimes just borrowing a faith is the next right thing for you to do to get, to move from where you are today to where you want to be. So with that, hope you'll take that into mind and apply it as needed in your life. Remember that God is wild about you. He longs to overshadow you in his goodness. All you have to do is let go and let God. See you later, ladies.